Go for it.
Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the
Frickin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank, dude. I'm your host, Strider Wilson, dude. We got Aaron beasting it on the sticks, dude. What up, Aaron?
What up?
Chilling, dude. And we got an extra special treat today, dude. He's back on History is Dank, dude. The Danktorians love him. I love him. He's the man. Give it up for Vaughn Roburts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dude,
Thank you for having me again. This is crazy.
Of course, dude. I mean, what's going down, dude? Last time I talked to you, you were touring, you were cruising in Europe. You and I were hosting a show together now at the Improv, Hollywood Improv. Check it out.
Yeah,
check
come
it out.
through, guys.
We'll let you know. We'll hopefully get another date. I mean, we've been crushing. We'll get another
we've
date.
been doing our thing.
But what's good, dude? What's good?
Shoot, man, just shows and building and just doing the thing. I did do some European stuff this year. I did Zurich, Switzerland for the first time this year.
Whoa. How was that?
It was cool. That is truly one of the most expensive places on earth.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I was going to ask you, I was like, do you go out? Like, what's it like? Like, I'm like, dude, doing the little bit of touring that I've done, it's like you try to keep the budget tight and you're like, dude, like.
Yeah, it's beautiful
Zurich,
though. It's very
dude.
clean.
Really?
Yeah. It's very clean and beautiful though. They keep it.
I feel like people are riding bikes, unless it's the winter, dude. People have scarves, dude. People are like, oh.
Well, it was in February, so.
Oh,
yeah,
hell no.
It was
People weren't on
it was
bikes,
chilly.
dude.
It was chillier there.
People were just friggin', just cruising around in clogs, dude. Just wearing wooden shoes, just posting up, dude.
What's crazy is that water in front of you was there too at that time.
Oh, yeah. The Alps.
Dude, you see this shit, bro? What up, dude? This episode is not brought to you by this company, so I will not mention that, dude. I will get to our sponsors shortly, but yeah, dude, this is pretty dank, dude.
It is good. It is good. I gotta hold you,
dude. Look, in full, we like to keep transparency on this pod. And Vaughn, before we started this pod, you apologized for me, and you'll never have to apologize for anything. And you go, dude, I'm sorry that my shirt did this to me. And I'm sorry to the listeners. And because Vaughn's shirt's a little tight right now, dude. Looking a little...
It's super gun showy.
Yeah, it's definitely...
If I was a woman, this would be equivalent to me, like, really pushing my boobs up to my chin.
Yes. And if I was a conservative man and a guy... try to grab your arms or sexually assault, I'd say this was your fault for wearing that shirt.
And I would say this is very inappropriate.
Yeah, very, yes.
I made you grab my arms.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I didn't mean to challenge you in that way. Dude, no, but you're looking freaking swole, dude.
Bro, I didn't mean to come out garbage man prison buff.
This is the time where you could say, hey, Strider, you're looking pretty fit. I could see where you could make some improvements.
I can see that you've been running.
Yeah, thank you. You look very aerodynamic.
You've really been waking up in the morning doing those runs.
Wind could cut through you very easily.
Man. You're ready for a marathon, baby.
Dude, today we're talking about some stuff that's not very controversial, conspiratorial. That's the word I'm looking for.
Babbel is the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Thanks to Babbel's addictively fun and easy bite-sized language lessons, there's still time to learn a new language before you reach your destination. That's right, dude. It's summertime and it's time for travel. So the best way to experience a culture, dude, is to be able to communicate with the people of it. So fires me up a new fun way to take a trip, dude. Dive right into that. Immerse yourself, dude. So help yourself do that right now. You can get up to 55% off subscription when you go to babbel.com/dank. That's babbel.com/dank for up to 55% off your subscription.
I'm always
Conspiracies are fun.
Yeah, they are.
They're fun.
They are.
We're trying to get answers to questions that we don't exactly have any answers to.
Mm-hmm.
And the area we're operating in right now is an area known as the Bermuda Triangle.
I'm all for that.
So this is located, and look, it's disputed. Even the parameters of this open area of water are under debate. People say, oh, it's a 500,000 to a 1.5 million, so 3 times greater, square miles of open water. And a lot of shit, this, and just geographically for those listening, we're talking about the Atlantic coast of Florida, Panhandle, to Bermuda, to the Greater Antilles. That's what people are talking about.
Yeah.
Like Bermuda is kind of the most east, most Atlantic portion. Then you have Florida, then Greater Antilles, like Bahamas and where all that is and shit.
Yeah.
Shit goes down here, Vaughn.
Definitely does.
You know,
it's a place where you just steer clear from.
Yeah, if you're navigating in any sort of machinery and you're in a boat or a plane, this is no good.
Yeah. It's a place you don't want to be. It's just too much negativity over there.
People attribute disappearances to machinations of enormous sea monsters, so giant squids. You got extraterrestrials, that's aliens, bro. Aaron, beast mode way to pull up that map. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beast mode way to pull up that map. You got, and for those listening, you know, it's that exact space that we just talked about. Bermuda, by the way, is pretty freaking sick, dude. I would like to cruise out to Bermuda.
Yeah.
You know, like it looks like a dope area. But that area right there, and we'll get into it, it does have certain geographic, not anomalies, but its traits do lend, it lends itself to disappearances and just the volume that area was, the volume of traffic in that area, you're going to have more accidents. It's like, oh, there's going to be more accidents on the 405 than like some random highway in the mountains.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like right when you start getting closer to the equator, there's a magnetic situation over there that messes with the navigation.
Correct. And that is a truth. That is a true thing where there is actually, like, human error plays into these things. How many people are taking, and there's one of the most famous cases we'll get into in a little bit, Flight 19, where human error is the ruling thing. People did attribute it to human error, but they're like, no, this guy was like an expert. There's no way.
Yeah.
He's flown that area before. But the instruments change because it can point to what happens in the Bermuda Triangle. There's something called magnetic north and then true north.
That's crazy.
Compasses go to true north, but where you are in Bermuda, for some reason, due to like the rocks and how close you are to the equator, it fucks with your instruments.
I you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. After hearing all that, I want to go with enough safety equipment that I'll make it out alive. But I want to go to see how everything plays out.
I'd love to go. Like if I knew I was gonna maybe like go down, like this could be my last time, I'd want to go with a sick group of bros.
Yeah.
I'd want to go with my dank fiance, hopefully Bone. You know, I'd be like, hey, we need a bone.
In the air?
Yeah, in the air. Vaughn, yeah. You know that I've never done that.
You get your mile high badge up there.
I don't even have a mile high badge.
No, that's what I'm saying. You get it there. You get the badge, and then if we lose, we lose.
Then it's all good.
And it's all good because you've done everything.
Exactly. What about you? Who are you cruising with?
I'm gonna do some things on land near home first,
right?
And visit the family, spend some time, and then I'm gonna go with a good set of guys, yourself, and then when we get out there, I'm just gonna be like, yo, let's try to make it back alive.
Yeah,
let's put ourselves in a terrible situation and try to get out of it so we can tell everybody.
But we'd be so bonded, dude.
Oh, definitely.
We'd be so bonded.
Definitely, just like those guys who climb the Himalayas.
Yes, dude.
And then they die unfrozen up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, such a gnarly trek. You got to do stuff like that with the boys. And even if it means, for me, like I'm not even at that level yet. Maybe my life is so boring to where like if we just go-karting, that's enough for me. Yeah. Like go-karting with a sick crew is good for me. I don't need to be hiking Everest, dude.
Yeah. I'm Everest, Himalayas, even if I just get to the bottom, I'm like, yo, I made it.
Yeah,
I got to the bottom. I'm good. And then, if I want to see the top, we got helicopters and shit. Drop me off at the top of there. I'm not going to go through all the things that could be lurking inside of the mountain itself.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's probably, I attribute a lot of people's deaths to what's inside the mountain. Not to get off the Bermuda Triangle.
No, that's what the top is. We're on this, but this is
I attribute like a lot of mystery within the mountain itself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Dude, I think I do truly believe there are, I keep wanting to say the word anomalies, I think because it showed up so much in these articles that I have referenced, but like there is a power and a force to certain areas of nature.
Yeah.
And however someone wants to label that is whatever, but like, look, the desert is a vast, dry place. When I look out at the ocean, it brings forth a feeling. A desert brings forth, a mountain can be daunting.
Yeah.
You know, the ocean can be sexy, but at the same time also scary.
That's a fact. And
So-
it's crazy to see how certain things can survive out there.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like look
Especially
at...
in the desert where there's just nothing. You'll see a spider just crawl out of the sand. You'll be like, who's down there? What's down there?
And that's what the creature that thrives there looks like. That's very far from a man, like what a human is, dude. I
Yeah.
don't belong out here, dude.
I don't.
But I like the challenge.
Yeah. You know, I think that's what the Bermuda Triangle is saying, to bring it full circle. I think that's what it's saying. Like, you don't belong out here, but if you want to come out here, whatever.
Yeah, you might get fucked up.
Yeah.
You might
Whatever
get fucked
happens. It's on you.
Mm-hmm. And you know, there's it's so funny. I was just about to research this article, and then you get a ton of these buzzy little things like Bermuda Triangle solved. Like, scientists figured it out. Like, you know, found this sort of wreckage or something from this, and now we know. And there are still things that we don't know, and we'll never know.
The percentage of the ocean that's undiscovered.
Dude, it's insane. It's almost more than space.
Yeah.
And dude, yeah, like the creatures that are down there, dude, we don't know what creatures are down there.
What's in front of the Bermuda Triangle? You got all that magnetic field down there. There could be something calling it, because just like the magnetic field affects birds, what's to say it's not affecting certain giant fish down there?
Correct,
You know what I
bro.
mean?
Correct. They're operating on a different wavelength, literally. And it has and this is just to get into the physics of it, it has unusual features, all right? It's nicknamed, I think it's like the Devil's Gateway. There's another place that's similar called the Devil's Sea that's off the coast of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Similar mystery and mysterious reputation as the Bermuda Triangle. Compass readings become dicey, all that type of shit. But the Bermuda Triangle has some of the deepest trenches in the world.
Well, there you have it.
So it's like, if a ship sinks, it's going to sink way down
Yeah.
to where we would never, ever find it. Dude, it's 19,000 feet deep. That's, dude, near its southern tip in Puerto Rico. One point dips down to 27,500 meters, or excuse me, 27,500 feet below sea level.
How
That's like almost Everest down.
That's a fact. How far could we go down before our bones start getting crushed by the water itself?
That's a great question. You're talking like atmospheres of pressure.
Yeah.
I don't think the human body can withstand more than like maybe 500 feet.
Okay.
I think
There you go.
you need a submarine that is really built for how deep can a human free dive and survive?
Yeah, because that pressure starts getting to you after a certain time.
Yeah.
That's what I
think
hear.
it's like every 30 feet. It's called an atmosphere of pressure. Like when you go up and go down, how deep can a free diver go? 400 feet.
There you go.
Don't go past 400 feet deep.
Something's gonna break.
Yeah. And here's the thing. There's like, first of all, who can really deep dive that deep? Like there's probably only a few humans in the world that can.
Those guys are pretty strong, though. I tell you that.
Oh, dude, you don't want to smoke weed with those guys. The lung power on those bros, dude, they'll clear that bong, dude, on you. Just milk that. It's like, all right, dude.
There is a human tribe that they say is like the masters of free diving. They don't use no equipment. They just swim just go down and get fish, and that's how they live.
I believe that.
I don't remember what that tribe was called, but yeah, I seen like the visual of it. I don't know where I seen it. I probably seen it on Instagram. Somebody probably shared it. I was like, oh, that's interesting to see like a tribe just living off of just free diving, and their genetics are modified from them doing it so long.
Yeah.
That now they're just like, those are the people that you want to get if you ever want to go somewhere deep without equipment.
Yes.
If you give them equipment, who knows how far they can go.
Dude, 100%. Dude, what freaks me out, this is an entirely somewhat different conversation, but now that we're in an era of like, look, IVF is becoming more regular, and now people, especially wealthy families, can figure out genetically what their babies are going to be, and like you can select genes and this type of that.
Yeah.
And part of it makes sense of like, oh, if your kid could have a predisposition, if you have a family that has a
Genetic
cancerous-
isolation, yeah.
like, you know, you want your kid to be healthy, like I get that, but then you can also go further down the rabbit hole, and you could even probably draw genetics from like people who are
some of the best people in your family.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
and I don't think like it can be, but I bet one day, this is what I'm saying, just speculative, like could it get as far reaching? Because it still comes down to like an egg and then an embryo of a dude's jizz, dude. What up, dude? Jizz.
That's a fact.
And like you can't take like, I don't know if you can separate on that level.
What,
you know?
You heard they just did that 3-parent embryo. So it's got, I guess the embryo's got genetics from 3 different people.
Really?
Yeah, they just did that. They just did it in Europe.
Was it with a bone session with 3 people? Hopefully it was maybe from the
it
threesome?
was something else. Hold on.
All in a lab?
Yeah. See, look, first ever baby made from 3 people's DNA has been born in the UK.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
so,
that's gnarly.
I at some point I think, we're dealing with mad scientists now. At some point, we're just dealing with people who are bored and want to push the envelope, and that's not a bad. That is a bad thing.
Well, there's good and bad. It's like it can be for benevolence, but there's always a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? It can also be gnarly.
And I hate the idea of having to find a blessing within a curse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You release something crazy out into the world, but then you've eliminated all forms of cancer. But now we have to deal with this thing that's getting rid of people are multiplying at a high rate, just as worse as cancer. Now we're in a physical form with it.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy to think about, dude. Dude, this is the type of shit that we'd be talking about, just cutting it up fresh about.
Yeah,
if we were out in the Bermuda Triangle, posting up on a boat, dude.
Oh, definitely.
And we'd be like, dude, having nice deep talks with your bro. Maybe we'd be on a boat like the Ellen Austin. Have you heard of this?
No.
I didn't hear about this. So in part of the research I did, I was like, all right, what are some of the craziest mysteries that have gone down in the Bermuda Triangle? Here's one. 1881. All right, first of all, I'm like, dude, I can't trust anyone right now from 1881. I'm like, dude, I want videos, I want all this type of stuff. But apparently there's a ship called Ellen Austin, sets off from Liverpool in London town.
Yeah.
Destined for New York, dude, carrying passengers, emigrating to America. All right. Captain takes an unplanned shortcut. Already a bad call, dude. Wants to go through the Sargasso Sea. Don't even know anything about that, okay?
Sick.
Which is basically through the Bermuda Triangle. This guy's, we're going to take a shortcut, dude. Why is this guy taking shortcuts? Just stick to the route, dude. He sees a vessel while he's on this shortcut. There's a vessel out in front of them. It's sort of teetering, moving erratically. He can tell at this time, like, he's a pro, he's a captain. He's like, that ship is not sailing right. Like, it's moving all wrong. It's just being bounced around by the current. It's not on a course. So he sends out he takes a little schooner or whatever the fuck it is and sends a little boat with a crew of dudes to go be like, let's go scout this shit out. What's going on? They get up there. They go, hey, there's a ton of fucking bounty on this boat. Like, there's all sorts of good shit on here. Like supplies. It hasn't even been used. And the whole crew's gone, though. No sign of a struggle, no nothing. Just everyone straight up gone.
Everybody leave, don't touch it.
Just exactly like what went down that everyone just bailed from a perfectly good boat.
We got a ghost ship situation.
This is Aaron. This is your classic ghost ship scenario, dude. Intact cargo, abandoned crew, right? Captain goes, well, fuck yeah, dude. I made a good call taking this shortcut.
Let's go pillage.
Let's fucking take that shit. You guys know how to sail the boat. You follow me. Let's cruise.
Yeah.
Apparently, storm cruises through.
On time. On time.
Storm cruises. They get separated. When the storm clears, a couple days later, they see the ship again. Oh, sick. Okay, tight. Let's go. And once again, this is 1881. There's no comms. There's no anything, whatever. Even if there was comms, shit gets fucked up down there because of magnetic fields.
Yeah.
They go back. They're all the bros that were on that boat gone from that captain's crew. All these sailors go, fuck that. Let's bounce.
And the storm.
They bounce.
So is the storm attached to the ship? What kind of sick?
Yeah. No one knows. No answers, bro. So that's one of the things. No one knows. Why did all the bros leave that ship? Is that ship still out there right now?
Do you think it was aliens?
People say it could be aliens.
Aliens have set up a ship and then they just take everybody that's there, but they leave everything. Or the ship could be cursed.
Yeah, people, dude, 100%. There's an even gnarlier one. It doesn't just happen on ships. Lighthouse, something called the Great Isaac Lighthouse. Has anything good ever happened at a lighthouse? Let's be honest.
No, I think that's what that movie was about with the old boy that played Batman.
Defoe and Patterson. Yeah. Those guys, nothing good was going on there.
Yeah, they were trying to kill each other.
Yeah, these guys they were horny, and they were angry.
2 things that don't go together. Because you're extra strong.
Oh yeah, when you have that horniness, dude, and then you got that anger, you can move mountains.
Yeah, man. It's best to just touch yourself and go to sleep.
These guys, exactly. Just drill yourself, dude. People need to be drilling themselves, dude. What are we shaming that for?
It's the safest way to get that extra
It's
hostility
fine.
off.
Look, don't watch anything too gnarly. Be a good version of you.
Yeah.
You know, watch something nice. You know, I like to watch 2 35-year-olds in love making love on
watch
Dutch
the
modern
amateur stuff so you don't get messed up.
Yeah, exactly. Do it right. You know, maybe subscribe to an account, if you will.
Yeah,
you know,
don't watch the pros, man.
Yeah.
Pros will ruin you.
Yeah. Anyway, this lighthouse. These guys were not drilling themselves, dude.
They weren't.
These guys, actually, we don't even know what these guys were doing. So it's a barren island called it's Isaac Rock. Great Isaac Rock had a grim history.
How far is that from Bermuda?
It's one of these islands. It's not far from Bermuda because it protects those shores. So it's like a little bit outside from it. Mm-hmm. And this is in 1969, so we're jumping ahead here.
Whoa.
So no one's answering calls, blah, 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 this, that. The grim history is that one time a ship washed up on the shores of Isaac Rock with nothing but a baby on it.
What?
Yeah, bro.
What baby is this?
Just some random ass baby, dude.
How
Yeah,
did the
that's a good
baby
question,
survive?
bro. Yeah, and what did that baby grow up to do?
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
In 1969, or no, that was back in 1800s, dude. That baby became,
one of our presidents.
That was the fucking President Monroe or something, dude. So, August 4th, 1969. It's been, all summer long. No one's responding to routine calls. They're like, all right, something's going on out there. What the fuck's the deal, dude? Let's cruise out. We got to find out what's going on. They send a small boat. They get out there. And apparently, once again, another storm, a hurricane did hit that area. But the lighthouse itself and the living quarters itself, unscathed.
What?
Untouched. Perfectly fine. So... And to think like these 2 guys who were pros out on an island, like they knew about hurricanes, they would know where to go during a hurricane. Like the fact that they would just disappear in a hurricane didn't really make sense. Although they could have, you never know. But what raised questions was the fact that their living quarters were like perfectly kept, perfectly
Same
fine.
situation as the boat.
Exactly, bro.
But what if I want to pose this? What if that boat where the baby washed up on shore? What if that was from the same boat too?
Yeah, that fucking ghost boat. Because this is the 1800s.
Yeah, so
bro.
the boat pushed the baby up there, took those guys as collateral. Baby's here, and that's it.
Yeah, dude, it's fun and scary to think about. It's intriguing. There's been movies about it. The thing is, it becomes more and more documented. The most famous case of the Bermuda Triangle is Flight 19. Some World War II era planes are flying around, right? This is. And also, this is what coined the term. This guy, Vincent Gaddis, he wrote an article about Flight 19 in 1964. But Flight 19 disappeared December 5th, 1945. So, World War II era. These guys go out, and these bombers go out to do a practice route, practice bombing mission over some islands that are fake, not fake, but uninhabited islands. In the, taking off from Florida, going over probably somewhere in the Bahamas or whatever, doing a pretend bombing run or a practice bombing run, then coming back.
Yeah.
Stuff they'd done before.
Yeah.
Stuff they should know how to do. Stuff that should never go wrong. It's easy. You have a veteran flight instructor, this, that, and the other thing. All good. Apparently, and what I never know is how this information gets back, but
yeah, that's the question. Like, who is delivering?
Yes, because everyone disappeared, but there is intermittent radio comms because it's 1945 now, but you don't have GPS at this time. You don't have landmarks because you're basically flying over the water once you're coming back, and because, like you mentioned earlier, the magnetic
Yeah, the magnetic field, yeah.
But this guy should know that because he's flown here before. So he should know how to set his instruments.
Yeah.
But who knows? You've done something a million times. Aren't you going to be a little more relaxed? I don't know. Could be human error. I don't know.
They say that's partially why we get in a lot of car accidents, man.
Yeah.
People that have been driving for a long time be doing everything while they're driving because they're like, it's like riding a bike, you know?
It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy, whatever. It's
cool.
like, because you see the person who rides a bike, he's riding with no hands. He's got a sandwich in one hand. The person who's like freshly riding the bike or doesn't ride a bike often, they got both hands on the handlebars. They're paying attention, they're alert. The other person got headphones in, sandwich in their hand. They ride every day.
Yes.
That's the person that's going to get hurt.
Exactly. Also, if you're an adult, and look, I don't want to, look, it's tough to own a car. It's expensive. It costs money. But there's no way if I'm living in LA, I'm riding a bike anywhere. And if I'm an adult, and not even for the danger factor, but just for the respect factor. You can't be riding a bike, dude. Dude, if I showed up on a bike, dude, if I asked you, Vaughn, hey, Vaughn, you want to come do my podcast? Oh, sorry, I'm running a little late. Take me a little longer to pedal here. I mean, dude, are you going to be like, nah, dude?
You know what? I'm a blue collar guy, and I see a lot of older guys, riding bikes to like Montebello and Vernon and stuff like that, to get through the warehouses or to go to work or to recycle and stuff like that. And
yeah.
I just know that they are in a space mentally where pussy is not on their mind.
You're right.
Because we're governed by the idea of women looking at us and going, yo, this guy is not financially stable. He's riding a bike. I can't, and this is not New York, so I'm not gonna do nothing with him.
True. If it's New York, you're cool, dude, and it's fixie, and you got no brakes.
You got one of those expensive fixie bikes where you could pop a wheelie on at a minute's notice with a bunch of kids behind you. You're the king.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cooler than a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I respect that guy more than takes more skill.
Well, a Ferrari, you can't really even use it in New York. You gotta you gotta pay expensive amount for a parking garage, a special parking garage, and whoever sees you with that is gonna immediately plot on your life.
Correct. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Go 45 miles per hour, maybe in the city? Come on, get out of here.
There's nothing you can't even really spin the block very well on.
Fine, you just changed my whole mind on bikes, dude.
Yeah, I do that.
I mean,
times,
that's
man.
sick, dude.
It's a space where you as a man, you have a bike, and you're in a space where pussy does not govern your life anymore.
Doesn't. All right, but what about a unicycle?
Now you're a clown.
Yeah,
literally.
thank you. That's what I mean. Yeah, okay. Unicycle, you can't be doing it.
But
dude.
if you have a bike on Venice, then you're exempt too.
Yes,
You're exempt
very
too
true.
because they have a lot of bike lanes and there's a whole community of bikers.
the bike lane
out
takes
there.
over.
Oh, definitely.
But these guys that are running around these butt darts, dude, the guys that exercise on cycles and get in the way of your car.
Oh, and are angry when you don't adjust for them.
Yeah,
those guys are an asshole.
Those guys got to get out of the way, dude.
Yeah.
Also, they're doing that thing where it's like basically what they're doing is when a little dude goes up to a big dude in a fight and talks a ton of shit.
Yeah.
Knowing that if the big dude hits him first, then he's going to get in trouble and all this and that. So if you're the dude on that bike, you're taunting this car, the car, it's going to murder you.
Yeah.
Also, why would you even mess with that game if it goes wrong?
But this is
These
the thing.
guys, man.
Even in those areas where the bike lane is, and those areas where those guys are in high concentration of being assholes and riding a bike and having all this expensive equipment
PCH.
on, the slim fit Lance Armstrong outfit and all that other shit. Even those guys, there's always an ambulance chasing lawyer and his team of people waiting around the corner.
If you are a lawyer,
you to tap one of those bikes.
If you're a lawyer, get a bike or just get a slow car and just follow those dudes around. You will make bank.
You're gonna get a case.
Smart.
You're gonna put him in rehabilitation for about a good 2 months.
Smart.
He's gonna milk the insurance company for all the money, and then the other person's gonna have to pay a higher premium.
Yes, dude. Yes, bro.
And even higher because he injured a person. Okay, get him.
Yep. And then when you make bank doing that, then you just buy a house on PCH where there's like an unprotected left, and you post up there, and that's all your business.
Or a
right
mobile
there.
home, and then get one of those mobile homes over there on near PCH.
Dude,
in Malibu.
yes. That's kind of a baller style to do, is like get one of those like Airstreams, just post up with an ocean view, move it every once in a while. Mm-hmm. It's kind of sick, dude.
A lot of people are doing that, man.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing about them is they do that and then they just have no will or power or strength or it's not even will. They just become so content with their lifestyle. They just don't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
And then everything around them just becomes dirty and unmaintenanced.
I'm like, dude,
a mobile home becomes like just a trash heap.
Yeah, exactly. You can't have that. You got to be, if you're doing that, you got to be like a personal trainer. You got to be like training some housewives all the time.
And then
you got to be
keeping up with your stuff, man.
Yeah.
Maintaining your stuff. That's why a lot of people don't like, because I had this epiphany. I was like, you know who has the same mentality? Bums and rich people.
This is interesting. Okay.
Bums and rich people, well, really rich people, they both take from society and they don't want to work. They don't want to do these things. They're both trying to figure out how they can get the most without contributing at all.
Yes, dude, yes.
And the people in the middle are all like, yo, both these motherfuckers are crazy.
Yeah. Dude, amazing.
The millionaire, he's crazy because he's always doing weird stuff and trying to find tax breaks for nothing and trying to influence society in a weird way, but not give back to it. And then you got the bum who's just in a way asking you for money and you're like, yo, I just came from a 10-hour shift. I don't want to give you any money.
Yes.
That's an hour of my life while you're sitting here enjoying yours and scratching your balls on the sidewalk.
Dude, that's amazing. That I like that they're both take from society on both very opposite ends of the spectrum.
Both ends, and they both have the same mentality. Both of them are living off the land.
Gold.
And not contributing.
Dude, that's amazing. No, look, of course there's exceptions to every rule. But look, when we're making comedy, guys, when you're listening, you gotta take hard angles. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take hard angles. And okay, let's swing it back to Flight 19.
Flight 19.
I love that, dude.
I'm sorry. We drifted off. We do this sometimes.
So we do on podcasts. We're hanging out. We're having fun. We're cutting it up.
These
we're
conversations
fleshing it out.
are super organic.
Yeah, we're getting after it, baby. That's what we're talking about. You've got this practice bombing mission. You've got the flight instructor who's like, look, dude, I'm fucking lost, bro. It's this guy, Lieutenant Charles Taylor. Dude.
Hey, you know how lost he was for him to admit that he was lost?
Yeah.
A dude will drive and be like, yo, remember, he had to really be so far gone. He was like, you know what? I'm fucking lost, guys.
Yeah. And he goes, dude,
I'm sorry.
You're
Don't
right.
be mad at me.
He's like, look, bro, there's nothing I can fucking find here. It's all water down below. And he makes a hard choice. He's like, we're flying this way because the sun's setting towards that direction.
Yeah.
So I know that that's west.
Yeah.
Let's just go west. We go east. That's the Atlantic. Like, let's just go
How's
west.
the gas situation? Because I
Bro,
know they're running out of gas.
This is exactly what it comes to. Then they get worried. Bro, then he panics. And he goes, now we're doubling back. And the crew's like, well, what the fuck? But he's like, oh, I'm in charge still. And then he's like, then they double back. Then they make a rule where they go, hey, when the first plane runs out of fuel, whoever that is, we're all ditching together. We have greater chances if we all ditch together. We have parachutes, we'll go down. And the thing is, this plane that they're flying is a pilot loved them. I forget what the model is, but it's a 10,000 pound plane. So a very heavy, big fucking plane. It could take a lot of hits.
It's like a big cargo plane.
Yes, these are bombers. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the plane that they use in Expendables.
Yeah, bro, dude, exactly. It's like that exactly.
Yeah,
but
they love that. Like,
it's a fucking big old thing.
Out with the guns.
It could take hits, but this also lends itself to why it might have disappeared more, because the experts go, look, if you were to ditch that plane because it's so heavy, it would go down fast and hard. It's not definitely a lighter plane.
It's going
it won't
straight
glide
down.
as much. It will go straight down and also sink fast.
Definitely.
And so they're giving calls. There is radio comms right now. So they dispatch, the crew ditches out, the first one runs out of fuel. The radars is fucked up because of Bermuda Triangle shit, right?
Facts,
They're like, what the fuck's going on? Magnetic field shit. Then they dispatch these other planes, like seaplanes, the ones that have like the big things.
Yeah,
they
the
can
little
land
bottom
and
ones,
shit.
the ones that bounce on the sea and then take off in the air.
These little PBM Mariners or whatever is what they're nicknamed. They go out there. One of these things disappears in the 13 crew. Gone. So that adds to the mystery even more. All gone.
Yeah.
Never recovered, never found. No one knows anything. No one knows why that ever happened. That's the most famous case.
It is.
Naval pilots,
That's crazy.
experienced guys.
So Amelia Earhart's case is no longer included into the Bermuda Triangle, is it? Because they didn't find her near the Bermuda Triangle.
No, they didn't. I don't know where they found. Let me look that up. Where did they find?
Because I remember it was speculated that she may have got lost in the Bermuda Triangle. It was her.
Part of it, I bet.
Yeah.
Foss Nikamuro Lagoon, which looks like it's the Gardner Islands. Let's see, where are the Gardner Islands? She would be a good person to cover on this pod, to be honest.
Definitely.
I mean, bro, this looks like it's okay, that's like Papua New Guinea. That's kind of like but dude, this might be the area, bro. This might be the area that I talked about. That's the other fucking Devil's Sea.
Yeah, that might be the Devil's Sea.
I think that's the Devil's Sea. That is where her shit went missing.
So the same situation, but on another area.
Exactly, where it probably has, and I haven't looked up the Devil's Sea, but yeah, you're onto something, because it's like that area probably is close to the equator once again, which throws off instruments. Probably has some deep trenches and stuff. I'd have to look into it more.
And time is influenced around that area too.
Bro, I'm glad you mentioned this. Vaughn, it's fucking exactly what I was about to talk about right now. This is from a fucking Greek merchant ship in the 70s.
Okay.
So even more modern, right? 1945. We talked about something in the 60s. Now we're getting to the 70s. And you got this Greek merchant ship cruising through the Bermuda Triangle, and it's a heavy causeway. A lot of shipping goes through there, like I mentioned earlier. And apparently the captain goes, "Hey, I can't move my arms.
What?
I can't use my body. My
Did he have a
fucking
stroke?
body is." So people don't know. They're like, he ended up coming to later. Like, he ended up being fine.
Oh, so
He's
temporary
tripping
paralysis.
out. Exactly. He's got temporary paralysis. So he calls up this guy from down below, who's like, I don't know, an engine room guy or something like that. Who's like,
you had to hear him yelling.
"You're
or
going to
some
be the
shit.
next dude who's going to be the captain." Maybe that's just how it went.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it on that ship. But he's like, next dude up who's going to be the captain. So this guy goes up.
Look, dude, if you've got an upcoming summer trip abroad, my go-to travel hack is Babbel. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or embarking on your first adventure, communication is key to fully experience a new culture. That's where Babbel comes in. Babbel is the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Thanks to Babbel's addictively fun and easy bite-sized language lessons, there's still time to learn a new language before you reach your destination. Dude, my destination has just been my friggin' bagel truck on the corner, talking to my boy Tomac, dude, brushing up on my Polish. And look, these lessons at Babbel, they're easy, they're fun, they're quick. 10 minutes to complete a lesson, so you can start having real-life conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Boom. The way I schedule it, I do 10 a day, and I love it because it's quick. There's good visuals. I can repeat what I want to hear as many times as I want right there on the website. Like to do it at my Dank desk area, put my headphones on, really get authentic language. It's created by real people and language experts, not AI. Real people are speaking it, not computers. Over 150 language experts were consulted, voiced by real native speakers, dude. So fired up on that. And I love it that I can just give myself a nice little quiz. I like to warm up before my new lesson with last week's quiz. Loving it, dude. Acing them, bro. I'm acing them, and if I don't get it right, I go back and get it right. So I'm fired up on my Polish, dude. I'm brushing up, dude. Showing off to my boy Tomac, and I got a Europe trip coming up with my honeymoon with my Dank fiance, and we're gonna be bouncing around. Maybe we cruise back to Poland, dude. I have Polish ancestry. That's what got me interested. So. You got over 14 languages to choose from, so there's going to be something that you're interested in on there, and I definitely know you're going to be interested in this fact that right now you can get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/dank. That's babbel.com/dank for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
And then you got another dude, and this guy works, this Greek shipping guy worked on like the radio room, and he looks at his watch and he goes, "What the fuck? Everything just jumped forward 2 hours." And every clock consistently did that at once. From the time
some of them were off.
Yeah, because he goes, "I'm looking at the clock. The captain just was like, 'What the fuck? It happened at this time. I'm logging this shit." Then this dude from whatever the engine room, it takes, I don't know, 10 minutes to get up there. Let's just make sure we know the log. So this guy gets up there, probably insurance shit, whatever, this, that, the other thing. Then he looks in his numbers and he goes, it's been 2 hours, bro. What the fuck's going on? Why has it been 2 hours? Right?
Yeah.
So then he's like, what the fuck? Meanwhile, he talked about the day before, like a little bit prior to that, he noticed 3 basically UFOs, he describes them, moving erratically. And he even mentioned, he goes, maybe they were connected. And he talked to some of his bros on the ship. Did anyone else see that? And a cook was like, yeah, I did fucking see that. Some other guys didn't, whatever, they were busy working.
Yeah.
Half corroborate it. Anyway, weird shit going on in the sky.
Yeah.
There's also theories about when UFOs take off, in order to go like fast and shit and do whatever their fucking space
Deep
magic
space,
is,
yeah.
dude, like they work in time and bend time and shit. So they're thinking this is an effect of them doing that on the boat. This guy goes on, his name is,
Whoa.
I forget his name, but anyway, he starts doing Morse code because all the shit. Wait, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
You remember? I love movies like by I forgot what those guys' names is, but Interstellar. Interstellar taught
good
me-
ass movie. Nolan.
Great movie.
Nolan.
That guy
loves
is
time.
so awesome at entertaining and educating people at the same time, because he got people to want to know, like, the whole idea of traveling through space, because he shows like Matthew McConaughey going to these different planets and how long it would take. So you're folding space and time, so that would make sense on why it takes them a minute to take off, but also why it affected their clocks all at the same time. A 2-hour jump on every clock at the same time, and nobody knows what happened to those 2 hours.
Exactly.
And then somebody takes off and then somebody sees something, but they don't care because they can't explain it. So it's better to ignore something that you can't control.
Yeah, I don't want to be called a dork by my buddies, but no,
And
dude,
don't
you're
want
a
to be
dork, dude. What are you
I don't
doing?
want to be thinking about that when I'm supposed to be fucking manning the sails.
Exactly. And every time we dock, I get on my bicycle and I go get a coffee. So I don't want you to judge me for that.
Yeah.
Dude, so it's...
I'm already getting the least amount of cooch on the plane. On the boat.
Exactly, dude. And
wanna
all of us
ask
are
you
at
that.
0, dude, but somehow I'm at negative.
It's always those guys who see everything.
Dude, exactly.
The Chicken Littles.
And dude, amazing. Dude, so this guy's talking to some of his buddies. He goes, there's a second mate who talked about when he was trying to smoke a cig, because time got fucked with. He goes, I lit my cigarette, and by the time I was going to move the cigarette to my mouth, it already burnt out.
Woo!
That's how like fast things were being sped up.
Man, I would have low key cried, because it would have been like, yo, one, do you know how expensive cigarettes are these days?
Dude, that's exactly right. And I had to gamble for that, dude. Dude, another guy is hilarious. You're spot on, because another guy goes, dude, I went to go take my break, and then I looked up and the clock was sped up and I didn't even get to sleep. He's like, fuck this, bro. I was supposed to get my sleep time in, and but now it's time to work again.
I mean, you know what's crazy is if it would have been crazy if somebody would have cut themselves right before that warp,
Dude.
and then seeing and then they looked at their hand again and it's dry.
Dude, that's interesting.
Instant,
And it heals up.
Instant heal.
Yeah.
You be like, what?
Or if you start boning, dude. Look, I've been known to, be a quick jack.
But
I
as
could
soon
have
as
been
you stick
real
it in,
quick.
you're
It's just already done.
It's done. You both are looking like, did we just finish?
Just like, what the fuck?
Do we need a plan B?
Yes. Exactly, dude. Exactly. So there's something called bradycardia, which happens during hypothermia, where a very slow heartbeat happens. They're saying maybe that's what happened to the captain. This guy who they're interviewing.
Why would that happen on the ship?
Spenzas. They're saying that happened to the crew because those UFOs, maybe they took off around them, or their movements caused they're saying movements, and they're saying there's other UFO cases where they cause biochemical changes in the human body, and this is one of them where it causes shit to slow down or speed up.
So that would make the atmosphere around them so cold that it affects their body temperature and their heartbeat rate and everything at the same time?
I think maybe me just saying hypothermia was like, I think it's something that happens during hypothermia to slow down just because it gets cold.
Okay.
But this didn't make anything cold.
Hypothermia.
Yeah, no. No one hypothermia, but for some reason.
Jumping. I know space is cold. They do
Yes.
say it's very cold out in space. Like you get in that air and you're frosty.
And there can be no fire in space, which we love Michael Bay movies like fucking my boy frickin' Michael Bay and Armageddon, dude. Ben Affleck getting it done with Bruce Willis, but apparently there's no fire on those asteroids.
So how do things blow up in space?
I think it just fucking gets shellacked, just gets fucking
they just start
crushed
breaking
up.
apart.
Yeah.
That's
just gets whacked
wild.
and nailed.
You don't see
But then again,
any
you have stars.
fire?
Yeah, aren't stars? It's technically not like, I guess it's not the same chemical. It's not the same chemical elements that it's fire on Earth is not what the sun is. It's
But
different
then
chemicals.
the sun is also weird too because it's constantly on fire.
Yeah, it's just a fucking straight up ball of just heat and fucking energy. And that's what's crazy about time. It takes time, I think maybe 8 minutes for the sun's light to get to Earth.
That's a
You
fact.
think light's instant, like light is like that,
Yeah.
but no, it's moving.
But also the sun is light years away. So
Yeah.
it is kind of moving fast.
It's far away. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's moving fast as fuck, bro. All these other, it's just a star that's close to us. So it's crazy to think about. But anyway, dude, these fucking guys, dude, imagine, dude, if me and you just lit a fucking joint on this Greek shipping vessel, dude, trying to just talk about a good conversation, and then boom,
The joint's
doesn't
gone.
even, yeah, it's gone.
It's not even a roach.
You'd be
Your
mad at me.
fingertips
Yeah.
are burned.
You'd be like, Strider, why'd you fucking Bogart that thing, dude? I'd be like, dude, I didn't even get any either,
Where's
bro.
the weed, Strider?
Exactly, dude. We snuck this on, bro. This was stowed away, dude. But yeah,
I'm not
this
gonna talk
fucking
about how
guy
you got it on there, but
spent
where's
us.
the weed?
Yeah, exactly, dude. I'd be like, dude, I don't even like weed. I like shrooms. Do you like shrooms?
I've had some shrooms, man, but I don't have weird experiences like people say. The time I've eaten shrooms, they've just like regulated my way that I engage with people.
Yeah, I
I
would
don't
agree with
really
that.
like see visuals or have like hallucinations or anything like that.
Ditto.
I'm ultimately super chill.
Yeah, I don't do
Like
it.
my brain my brain is just not as fast as it would be without the shrooms.
Yeah,
It seems like everything's slowed down for me.
and I think that's pretty tight. Yeah, I don't do a lot of shrooms. I don't want to have an experience where it like changes my disposition or like outlook on life. I'm like, I'd like to just kind of hang back and be chill.
Well, I think those people who have those moments, they don't talk about how those people are very they hold a lot of stuff in anyway.
Yes.
And I'm a very vocal person, and then I also do a lot of self-reflection, so I'm constantly talking to myself when I'm alone.
Have to as a comedian.
So with all those things, I'm always getting my thoughts out and engaging with myself to, and seeing how I feel about things without drugs. I think when the drugs come, the drugs are like, hey, this shit's already done here.
Dude, exactly.
This room's clean. There's no reason to make them cry.
Dude, so let's talk a little bit more about, we've talked about some theories, talked about some UFOs, talked about, these guys, there's this guy, Petrozas, his experience was shared by others on that vessel.
Yeah.
So he experienced that time jump. He experienced the slowing of his own moment that I guess meant time sped up. It still is crazy for my brain to wrap around that idea.
What's even crazier is the visual of your, what's happening in front of your eyes that's so fast that you can't even see.
It feels like shrooms. It feels like I've had weed where I've been like, I've seen my hand do this, and I'm like, is it taking me a long time to do that?
Yeah.
Like it feels crazy. Like how can you explain that?
But the way that you described it is like somebody going to put something in their mouth, and then they bite their fingers because it's not there anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's like already been gotten, and then you come to and you're like, what the fuck?
Why did I just do this to myself?
Yes.
I bit hard as hell too, because you're anticipating something going in there.
Yeah.
And you bite with full force, and now your fingers are like, oh my God, what happened? Where did it go?
100%.
Yeah. So I don't even. I'm trying to fathom not being able to see something.
Dude, yeah.
And then something happening afterwards. Like that's a remarkable speed. That's like Flash shit.
Yeah. Dude, it's insane. Yeah, it is like Flash shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, so you have, okay, so now we want to talk about this. We want to talk about, okay, what's the hard science? How can we answer the questions? People want to know, okay, there's supernatural, there's UFOs. Then you want people who are like, all right, now what's really happening?
Yeah.
I mentioned the deep trenches. I mentioned it's the open water, and it's a heavily trafficked area. So if there are going to be accidents, odds are it's going to happen there. Like
Facts.
there was like people were like, oh, Honda Civics is the car that gets stolen the most. Don't get a Honda Civic. Well, it got stolen the most because a lot of people had Honda Civics like
That's a
that.
fact.
So it's just those are, it's sort of freakonomics in that way.
Yeah.
You have something called the Gulf Stream. Gulf Stream is and there's multiple currents in different oceans. This is in the Atlantic, and it might even go to other oceans, but it's like basically, think of it like a river in the ocean.
Yeah.
A fucking powerful ass current.
And it's weird too, because you could see it.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
A lot of they had it in Finding Nemo. The turtles were swimming.
The turtles were swimming it. Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
So the stuff can get swept up in that shit and taken out like that. It can get, and the fact that the Gulf Stream in the Atlantic, and there's hurricanes there, it's like basically the Bermuda Triangle is a perfect convergence of all these natural phenomenons that can create something called rogue waves. So people go, dude, you could just be posting up in your ship and a giant ass 100-foot wave could just boom,
get you
gone. So that's what people are worried about too. They're like, oh, distress signals. There's disappearances when other ships go down in different areas. We hear distress signals. We go look in the Bermuda Triangle. Stuff's just gone.
That's a fact. What about that plane that went missing that we're stressing about?
Flight 19.
Yeah.
Never.
Not the plane from back in the day, but the plane from recent times where people were like, yo,
MH whatever, the Malaysian Airlines one. Yeah, bro. People don't know where that stuff washed up.
You said what, boss?
370. I just watched a documentary on Netflix about
Flight 370.
Yeah. So what happened with that, Aaron?
it looks like the pilot at some point turned around and took it down in the Indian Ocean.
Okay.
But they don't know for sure because they're still only finding a few parts. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know, speaking of pieces of stuff,
But the current from the Bermuda could have moved them over there.
could have moved it. The currents are moving fast.
Well, this is Pacific, so I don't know. That's
the
other side of the
Pacific.
world.
This was. Oh wait, was this the Indian Ocean? Was
Indian Ocean. Yeah.
I'm not good with the the oceans. I lost that once I got my degree. I was like, yo,
deuces, dude.
whatever.
Well, the point is,
Remind me later.
well, you're not wrong because it's still deep currents, and who knows where that went down. But in Bermuda, it's especially deep, like we mentioned earlier. There's an especially powerful current going on there, and it's close to the equator, so it can fuck with the instruments. And a lot of hurricanes will generate in that area because it's offshore.
Yeah.
And it's a hotbed for natural disasters.
Didn't Aaliyah's plane go down near the Bermuda Triangle?
Aaliyah, I think, was maybe more Mexico area, I think.
Because they said she was
Aaliyah-
off the coast of
I think they're in Puerto
Florida.
Rico.
Oh, it could have been. Yo, Puerto Rico is right in that area. It could have been. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Aaliyah's plane went down over there.
But it was overloaded. It had too
That
much.
too, but they also said it was foul play. She had also been induced with drugs or something like that before the plane went off.
Sketch.
And they said that Lenny Kravitz, who's I'm surprised he's been rich so long. He sent the private jet to get her because she had called him,
Really?
and somebody else got on the plane, not her.
Sketchy, dude. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Marsh Harbor in the Bahamas. Bro, this is Bermuda Triangle area. Bahamas, it goes down to the Antilles
crazy,
right
man.
there. Yeah, you're right.
It's crazy.
Dude, you are absolutely, that's that same area. So that's the thing, dude. It's just all this shit happens in this area. So it's definitely, it's sensationalized, but also, look, a lot of questions go unanswered. Is it natural disasters, human error? Probably. I don't think there are these giant, I mean, there are giant squids, but I don't think fucking the Kraken's coming up.
I don't think the Kraken, but they did find like some remnants of giant squid.
Oh, there are. No,
there's
for sure there are.
And what about and if we're finding those, what is to say that we don't have those super big ones? But also, are people still going to Bermuda?
Okay, so I looked that up too. I'm like, is shit still
Because if
disappearing?
you could fly away from the triangle itself,
So I'm saying, dude, can't we just not go around there? But yeah, people still go through it, and there have not been many disappearances like as of late. Like I looked up like what's the most recent.
Because the island itself, people are inhabiting the island, Bermuda, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, how are those people? Who are they?
They are mainly. It's a. I think it's part of the British Commonwealth. It's a lot of.
Isn't Rihanna from Bermuda?
What's that?
Isn't Rihanna from Bermuda?
No, she's from Barbados.
Barbados is nice, dude. They've got good ass rum down there.
They also got her face on money now. It's crazy.
Really?
Well, they took the Queen's face off money, so Bermuda's got it. Barbados has got its own little currency now.
So
It's crazy how these artists are influencing government infrastructure.
Yeah,
Drake with Canada, and then Rihanna with Barbados.
Hey, if you got a big following, you hold sway. I mean, it's true. But the people of Barbados are. It's like seafaring. You have leftover people from like tragically. With the
different crashes.
Different crashes, and you have like merchants, I think like from Portugal and stuff like that have lived there. But it's a lot of English is the official language, and it's just descendants of like shipping from.
Yeah, I heard they used to have a lot of people who run from their own home countries go over to Bermuda too.
Like Alaska too, and Bermuda, yeah. But dude, it's a very nice climate. It's like it's like 84 degrees Fahrenheit in August, and
how
it gets
frequent
only gets
hurricanes though in the monsoons?
Yeah, you can get fucking torched by those out there. Yeah, exactly, dude. And if you venture out too far, dude, you don't come back, bro.
You're out
and
fishing, and you're like, I died.
Ghost ships with babies. Yeah, exactly, dude. I'll see you again, never. You got ghost ships with babies cruising into your lighthouse island, dude. No, thank you, bro.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it's funny. Like you look up when's the most recent disappearance. Like it hasn't happened in a minute, dude.
Well, I mean, we have a lot of technology now and a lot of different things going for us. So I think that's attributed to that as well.
Totally. And even that tech though, just to keep the mystery alive and to keep it fun, has not been able to find like wreckage from other crashes. They did find wreckage from the Challenger. The space shuttle, the Challenger, went down over the Bermuda Triangle. Now they think they have answers for that, but same area.
You think that the magnetic field is that powerful to reach up to the atmosphere?
Don't know. Probably not. Probably not. It was probably just some sort of design flaw or human error.
Right.
Error.
You mean a triangle area though?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of coincidences.
It's
dude.
weird. It's like, yo, they say, okay, so that was what that one movie had to do with it, with the Mechana, the robots. They say that you can reach a galaxy by going into the core of the Earth than going light years into space. Like you could fold space in the core of the Earth, supposedly.
Because maybe it moves slower or something down there?
I don't know. That was a theory.
Dude, that shit trips me out.
I was like, what? And that was one of the reasons why NASA was originally supposed to be exploring the oceans. That's what they said.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude. Like, if you think about it, that's another frontier.
They wasn't even supposed to be for space, but.
But then we were like, we need to fuck up these Russians, dude.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
That's where the money's at.
Is that right, boss? NASA was supposed to be for the oceans at first.
I don't know that.
Neither do I. I know that we had like the space program. It was a race between Russia and us to take good scientists from the Nazi regime.
Oh yeah, we put everybody
like Oppenheimer, all those guys. What was NASA's original mission? It's interesting. Oh yeah, before space, oceanography. Science mission doctorate.
Good at this, man. You put something in front of me, I'm gonna remember it.
Yeah.
That could probably. Hey, I rebuke this, but that could probably get me killed one day. I hear some shit. Oh, didn't they say that?
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy. Yeah, dude.
My brain works like that. I hear something one time. I go, oh, didn't they say? He said that. You couldn't put me in a murder mystery. I'll be like, oh, he said that. Get him.
Dude, it's amazing. And then you got a lot of conspiracies about this, because then people get worried. They go, wait, their mission was to explore the oceans. Then they immediately switch to, we got to get off this planet and go to space. So it's pretty funny, dude. So people are like, what'd they find down there, dude?
Well,
people think that Atlantis disappeared into the Bermuda Triangle. That's a theory, dude.
But there's this other thing. So right, there's the ice caps. They went searching for this boat that went over there. I think it was in Greenland or Iceland. One of them, either the Antarctica.
Probably Greenland. I think it's even colder than fucking Iceland.
But you remember that the boat that went over there, and the boat was like, there was a journal from the captain's log where he was like, "Yo, there was crazy things happening over here."
Really?
And yeah, they just stopped. They put restrictions on whoever traveled in those areas. You can't come over here. Can't explore. You can't do nothing. Just leave whatever's here alone.
Sketch, dude. Dude, that scares me, bro. That shit scares me.
But that
I
also
want to go
explains
find
why
out.
they're so like, yo, global warming. Don't let the ice melt, because if it melts, we're doomed.
Dude, that's interesting. That's interesting.
We're free.
Dude, that's interesting.
That's their prison. We're freeing everything.
Even if there's bacteria down there, think about that.
Yeah.
It might not even be like our mind goes, oh, it could be a big old crazy monster or abominable dudes, but it could be a
bacteria. Wipe out the human race to get things back on track.
Ancient bacteria, dude. Think about that, dude. Do you think add that to your stress, dude? You think your rent's due tomorrow? What about ancient bacteria getting you, dude?
Ancient bacteria that you can't see, you can't shoot it.
Yep. Yeah, exactly, dude.
It does other things, and then you got to remember too. I think if we have, I forgot what the thing is. They say if in the air, if certain things get out of proportion in the air, like CO2, hydrogen,
pressurization and shit,
that the animals and all insects could be bigger.
Really?
Yeah, it's some combination within the air makes them bigger and stronger. So it's like you're seeing like you're seeing like big mosquitoes that can pick up a person type ordeal.
Dude, all I'm saying is, how's Joe Rogan not figured out how to go up there and get yoked, dude? Rogan, dude, I got to go up there and be like, dude, let me go up there and just finally fucking just be a absolute legend.
His abs are great though.
Yeah, he's ripped.
Yeah,
he is
ripped.
jacked. No, dude, I respect the hell out of it.
Yeah, man. But I'm like, yo, what is that?
If I figured out that chamber, dude, I would figure that out. I mean, dude, I think there's a basis for that. Like, you go scuba diving, you circle back to atmospheres of pressure.
Yeah.
And you come up too quickly, you get something called the bends. Your nitrogen in your blood gets thrown off. And it's really painful. If it gets bad enough, it can kill you. But it's like you get little bubbles.
It messes with your muscles and stuff.
Oh,
too.
dude, it's like apparently it's one of the worst pains you can have.
But
and you need to go in a decompression chamber.
But you know what's crazy? Thinking about that, is that like the most strenuous workout ever? So a person could potentially be the strongest individual if they were to survive that. Like,
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, like that, there is something to that.
Yeah, because a lot of sailors are super strong. The ones that do the deep sea driving, they're super strong.
Just the hands on these dudes. You see these? Yeah, bro. Oh, dude, deep sea diver, dude, John Chatterton. I've talked about him on this podcast. I think he passed away not too long ago. Rest in peace. A beast deep sea diver, dude. Mm-hmm. Beast, dude. There was a lady who was a famous deep sea diver. I think she was an actress, but she was like really well known in the deep sea diving community. And like, dude, aged very well because just what her body was able to do, and like she was so fit. Her like cardiopulmonary, like most people die like of quote natural causes. Heart, cardiopulmonary, like that's where you die.
It's the breathing.
Those things run out.
Yeah.
But as a diver, dude, that was really in tune for her.
Yeah, I think doing anything for more than a decade would have exceptional effects on you. Yeah. Health wise.
Yeah, good or bad. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if she's not smoking or nothing either, and she's staying clear of that. Her lungs are probably kicking ass, and then getting up blood, getting air to those blood cells, and blood cells are just moving freely throughout her body, super strong, on time. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's important, dude. That's why I'm staying aerodynamic, dude.
Oh, definitely.
And you're staying fucking swole as hell, dude. You're staying swole as hell, Vaughn, dude.
I was telling somebody, I'm like, yo, I do not try to be this way, man. This is genetics, man. I don't try to be this way, man.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
You know what the crazy thing about it is people are thinking like, I always have to explain this. Being jacked is worse than being fat, because being fat is like, oh, you're eating.
Yeah.
That's good. You're eating good. You know where all the food is. But being jacked is like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you playing sports? Are you fighting people?
Dude,
What is
that's
happening?
hilarious.
Why are you jacked?
Yeah, and dude, if you're jacked, dude, Hannibal Buress is a great bit where he's like, if I see a guy who's like 7 feet tall and he's working a regular job, he's like, man, why did you go to practice? He's like a little bit of that. Like I'm 6'3", and I'm like, dude, I have no excuse for not being a pro athlete. Like 6'3" is big enough to be like a quarterback or something. It just means I
You'll
suck.
be an awesome quarterback.
Just means I'm not good. I got no excuse. Dude, you're jacked. It's like, how come, dude? Like, why aren't you freaking?
Well, you know what?
You...
I could give you an excuse. My excuse was I played basketball instead of played football.
It's just
If
more
I had played
fun,
football my entire life, then we would definitely see me somewhere running past one of the Barber brothers or something like
Yes, dude. Yeah, exactly, dude. Barbers is a great choice, dude. I love that you went the Barbers.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, amazing. Well, bro, I'm happy you're here.
I'm happy
you're
to be
perfect.
here too,
You're
man.
perfect the way you are. We're perfect the way we are.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking fired up talking about Bermuda Triangle. Still sketchy, dude. I mean, look, there's probably some real world answers, but look, what's going on?
Is Epstein Island close to the Bermuda?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God!
It's in that area,
The
bro, down in the Bahamas.
sacrifices.
It's down there. It's weird stuff going on down there. There's weird shit going on down there.
The sacrifices kept it.
The weird temple on there threw me off, dude. Why you got a temple on your island, bro?
Why
Look,
did
if I
they-
got a private island with my boys, I'm not putting a temple on there.
That's a fact.
Maybe I'll call like the room where I have my like Xbox with superior Wi-Fi and where I freaking drill myself the temple, but it ain't gonna be a sacrificial temple, dude. Should be called a shame shack.
I agree with you on that. The temple's colors and designs were whack too. I was just like, yo, this is whack.
Yeah,
This
dude.
looks so low budget. Why didn't you like make it like some limestone or something?
And dude,
real
and limestone
beastie.
is plentiful down there. They've got tons of limestone down there.
Why you couldn't make it like beastie or something? Like make it like look like a just a beastie castle or something like that. Something where people can be like, yo, they're coming. And look out and you think a dragon's flying.
Dude, yes, dude. Exactly, bro. Some fucking mythical shit, but
Yeah.
anyway, dude, when we get our own island, we're going to be doing that, dude.
That's a fact. And we won't be thrown off by too much horniness. And the
No.
girls will be of age.
Yes, exactly, dude. Exactly. It'll be my fiance and it'll be whatever nice lady that Vaughn chooses to cruise out with us, dude.
Of course.
Until then, Aaron, you've been a beast. Vaughn, thank you so much for being here. Before you get out of here, what do the listeners need to know? And I'll include your links, but where can we see you? Are you going on tour anywhere?
We got them. We got them. We got Set and Tail.
Yes.
That's with us. We're doing that on Tuesday. That's May 16th. I hope you guys come through, man. It's gonna be a great experience. It's always fire. And it gets you a little intimacy with some of the hottest comedians out on the market right now.
Killer lineups.
And then we got on 5/28 we got On the Ave at the Comedy Nook on Melrose, and we got a fire lineup. We got Keisha E, we got Jelena Riviera, we got I butchered her name. We got Mike Menendez, we got Martin Morrow, and we got Natalie Friedman, and we got Rashida, she just signed a new deal with Ironheart on Marvel, so we're gonna have some big names
Really?
up in there. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's gonna be a sick lineup.
Sick.
Comedy Bureau's been supporting and plugging it every day.
Fuck yeah.
So it's gonna be a beastie show, and then on June 2nd you can find me in Austin doing Don't Tell.
Oh, dude, Don't Tell in Austin. Dude,
Yeah.
Don't Tell is fun, man. Dude,
Yeah.
no, that's rad. Dude,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Love
awesome.
Austin, dude. Go out to frickin', what's it called? Rainy Street or Riley or whatever. It's sick over there, dude.
Oh, of course.
Have a little fun,
I love
dude.
6th Street. 6th Street
Oh,
is cool.
6 is sick. Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Vaughn, thank you so much for being here, dude. You're an absolute beast, bro.
Oh, thank you,
dude.
brother.
I'm glad we ventured these treacherous waters of mystery
Oh, of
together,
course.
dude. I couldn't do it alone.
I love how we can just talk about anything. And
Yeah,
we flow.
oh, yeah, bro,
It,
bro.
it was no gaps.
No, we cut it up. We cut it up. We flesh it out, baby. We cut it up. We flesh it out.
There's so many interesting things in the world, and for people to not explore those things and be trapped in the mediocrity of America
Yeah,
is crazy.
100%, dude. Hopefully, if you're listening to this at work, we took you out of your headspace, dude. Now,
Yeah.
if get back to work, dude. Let your boss know, hey, I got the TPS report in or whatever the fuck it is, and we'll freaking catch you on the next step, dude. Stay safe.
And don't be afraid to visit the Bermuda Triangle, but make sure all your affairs are in order.
Yeah, get
And
right
you have,
before you go.
life insurance, and you put the policies in the right names.
Yep.
So they won't help you go missing.
That is, yes, that's the best advice you can do. That 100%,
He went to the
dude.
Bermuda. 250,000, please.
Exactly. I late. Nailed it.